Theresa May is poised to make a major concession in the Brexit talks. The Prime Minister has already accepted the EU's demands for the UK to pay a divorce bill and give protection to the 3 million EU nationals living in Britain. Now she is reported to have agreed that EU rules on trade and customs will apply across the whole of Ireland. This could break the deadlock in the Brexit negotiations and allow talks to move to our future trading relationship. But it is a huge political gamble by Mrs May that has implications for the pact with the DUP, our future relations with the EU, and could spark a major backlash by the Tory Brexiteers. Here's what the deal means and what could happen next. So far, nothing. The EU has said the Brexit negotiations cannot move to trade talks until sufficient progress has been made on the divorce bill, the rights of EU citizens living in the UK, and the Irish border question. Theresa May last week agreed a divorce settlement of around £50 billion and is close to an agreement on citizens' rights. But case of Ireland was proving harder to solve. Dublin said it would not sanction a return to a hard border with Northern Ireland. We will have to see the small print, but the UK government is said to have accepted there will be continued regulatory alignment between the Irish Republic and the Northern Ireland. This would mean, in effect, that Northern Ireland would continue to abide by all EU rules on trade and customs. But a meeting between Theresa May and Jean-Claude Juncker today failed to break the deadlock. If agreed, the deal on Northern Ireland would be a major concession by the UK government that threatens the DUP's and £1 billion pact with the Tories. DUP leader Arlene Foster put down a marker by saying her party would not accept any deal that separates Northern Ireland economically or politically from the rest of the UK. Crucially, Ms Foster did not pass judgment on the idea of pan-Ireland regulatory alignment. Without DUP support, Mrs May could struggle to get any legislation through the Commons, hastening the likelihood of an early general election. The Scottish nationalists are already asking why, if Northern Ireland can get a special exemption from Brexit, then why can't Scotland? London Mayor Sadiq Khan said if London could get a similar deal it would save thousands of jobs in the capital. Mrs May could also face a backlash from Tory Brexiteers. Her plans for Northern Ireland have yet to be approved by the cabinet. She has now caved in on the divorce bill, the transition period, and Northern Ireland. Brexiteers are also furious. The deal on citizens' rights means EU nationals in the UK will still have recourse to the European Court of Justice. Mrs May is hoping the deal today means that EU leaders will agree to move to trade negotiations at next week's summit in Brussels. This is when the real negotiations start. Britain wants a free trade agreement with Brussels without having to pay substantial amounts for the privilege and on similar terms to the deal we have now. The EU has said this is not possible and Britain cannot trade on the same terms as existing members. Ireland offers a template for the way forward. Mrs May could agree to continued regulatory alignment after Brexit. The problem with this is it means we are accepting EU rules without any voice at the table, which draws them up, hardly taking back control. It also lessens our ability to strike competitive trade deals, which was one of the Brexiteers' main arguments for leaving.